and people get armed because there was no other way to battle the military. It wasn't as easy as people think that to win, and by numbers I have heard that the Iranian revolution was even larger number than Russian revolution, and I believe that. Then we managed to get into a military base that they were the royal guard of Shah in the northern part of Tehran. And when we got there, the simple soldiers, they decided that they wanted to get rid of the high-rank officers. Those were the ones that they were giving all the orders for the killings and the mass killings of the revolutionaries. And a few soldiers from Azerbaijan, which I am so proud of them, they decided to put their lives on their hands and go and punish these high-rank officers. And they did. That day they attacked into their officers' club, and they said, by the name of the revolutionary people of Iran, we are going to punish you. And then they gunned them down, and then that was the day that the revolution got victorious. I know the dates in Persian, but I can translate it for you. And in those days, we were seeing all teenagers, the young teenagers I'm talking about, they were putting their lives for the revolution. Elderly women, they were joining, and they were saying that even though we cannot fight, we can make Molotov cocktail for you. All the elderly women, they were wonderful engineers of the Molotov cocktail, and they were handing it to the youth. And it was a wonderful, beautiful situation that even though I didn't have a job, I wasn't getting paid. From 1978 to 1980, for 2 years, we were getting fed, without spending money for food. Everyone was a volunteer. The pharmacies were opening up their pharmacies to give free medications for people. All the retired doctors, they came back to work. All the retired nurses, they decided to come back to work. All the retired teachers, they came back to teach the illiterate people. And everybody who could do something, everyone came back to real life. And Tehran is a huge city, and the Tehran University became like something unbelievable for us. We could have every sector of the society, from extreme Muslims to Zoroastrians to Christians to Fadayan, which they were the militant section of the left, to the men, women, everyone. To my idea, we were together equally. That is 1 year of my life that I could touch, see, and understand what it means to have a revolution and how you feel. There is no money, no check, no position, no reward. You cannot put any monetary value on it. The feeling we had, it seems that everyone was happy, crying at the same time, and not believing what's happening. From 1979 to 1980, we lived, if I believe, in heaven. I could do anything to live a week like that now. That what means to live in a society like that. But unfortunately, from 1980, things started changing. And from 1980 to 1982, I was witness myself. Disarming of the people started, and as soon as that started, while people were armed in Iran, the level of killings, homicide, and social unrest came down extremely. We didn't need police anymore. Before that, it was hard for me to understand how could a society live without police and military. But when I experienced it myself, then I realized it's the best way. We really didn't need police anymore because people were following common sense and no one was afraid to follow the law blindly or being afraid to be punished if they didn't so. You can stop me if I'm talking too much about the personal experience of the revolution, but that was my main point. I have a lot of scientific numbers and pictures and statistics about geography, art, military, and whatnot about Iran that in the section of question and answer we can discuss. But one thing I would like to add is 1953 was the turning point for Iran to understand what the United States foreign policy did to Iranian nation. And people are feeling the same way today. And they like to prevent that, and international community is also aware of the beating drums about possible aggression towards Iran, but things are different now than in 1953. I don't know if I have time to add a few more points, or should I wrap up now and leave the rest for the question answer? What I would like to add about Iran a little bit is because of the presence of, first of all, the philosophy of people, and second of all, Iranians love to be educated. Then we had the fortune of having free education in Iran. And also we had some sort of free healthcare, which wasn't the best, but we had it. But unfortunately, we didn't get to the part of the free housing. That was our goal, but that didn't happen. Therefore, Iranians have been participants of some scientific achievements in the world. That's why the whole world right now is watching that what Iran is doing. In medicine, for example, from old time, from Avicenna, which is the father of even modern medicine, to up to today, the inventor of the cardiac pump was an Iranian physician. And diabetes, which is a common disease around the world, the hemoglobin A1C that everyone these days knows about it, the founder of it was an Iranian physician. Not to be pompous about them, but it's an encouragement to see that Iranians are number one minority in the United States by education, which is something that I think that shows the national interest that people put so much about about education and health. I wrap up at this point, and I leave the rest for the questions and answers.